The Young and the Restless Friday 9/13 reveals the tension is rising as Cameron Kirsten takes her manipulation game to the next level. Sharon Newman, already mentally fragile, becomes the perfect prey for his dark plot. Cameron has always been a name that haunts Sharon, but this time, he wants Sharon to actually act. And that action could have deadly consequences. Cameron is not simply a manipulator. He is a master at exploiting the fears and weaknesses of others. Sharon, who has been through a lot and is currently struggling with mental health issues, is gradually pushed to her limits by Cameron. With cruel words and invisible cruelty, Cameron convinces Sharon that Daniel is a threat that she must eliminate. Although Daniel is trying to protect Sharon, in her eyes at this time, he is no longer an ally but an enemy. Cameron has manipulated Sharon's mind to the point where she feels threatened by those who once cared about her. As Sharon begins to plot her next move against Daniel, viewers are left holding their breath at the prospect of Sharon becoming the one with the knife. But what's more worrying is that Daniel may not be the only one in danger. The other women in Sharon's life, Heather, Lucy, and Phyllis, could be her next targets. Sharon's mental health is getting worse, and Cameron's presence only adds to the threat. The Newman family, Sharon's rescue fails. The Newman family, consisting of Nick, Faith, and Mariah, have been there for Sharon through her toughest times. They've seen Sharon go through mental health crises many times, but this time it seems more serious than ever. Although they've tried their best to help Sharon, their efforts seem to be falling short. Nick, out of love and deep concern for Sharon, has planned with Faith and Mariah to monitor her situation, hoping to prevent any dangerous actions Sharon may take. However, things do not go as planned. Sharon seems to have gone too far, and Cameron's presence in her life is making things more chaotic than ever. Sharon's family is preparing to face big shocks. Sharon's crazy actions not only push her down the path of self-destruction but also make those around her feel helpless. Can they save Sharon before she harms herself or others? Viewers will have to wait for the next developments to see if there is any change in strategy from Sharon's family in this battle. Grudge and revenge plot. Sharon is gradually falling into Cameron's trap. Another story is happening with Audra and Kyle. Audra, after being humiliated by Kyle in front of Victor Newman, has decided that she will not let things go so easily. Audra has always been ambitious and willing to use any means to achieve her goals, and this time, she has a plan to get revenge on Kyle. However, Audra has a big problem: the increasingly close relationship between Kyle and Claire Newman. Although both Kyle and Claire insist that they are just friends, the attraction between them is undeniable. Claire, with her intelligence and charm, has gradually captured Kyle's attention, and although both try to keep things platonic, their feelings are growing. The boundaries of their friendship will be tested as fall approaches, and there is a high possibility that Kyle and Claire will move towards a real romantic relationship. This will not only make the situation between Kyle and Audra more tense, but may also create a new war within the Newman family. Claire is an important part of the family, and her relationship with Kyle will inevitably attract the attention of Victor and the rest of the family. Billy Abbott seems to be finding comfort in Sally's spectra. After his failed love life, Billy has begun to notice a special connection between him and Sally. Although they are just friends at this point, their closeness may make those around them, especially Adam Newman and Chelsea Lawson, feel jealous. Adam and Chelsea had a tumultuous relationship, and although they are now separated, old feelings still linger. If they happen to see Billy and Sally in an intimate moment, it could stir up negative emotions and create new conflicts. Billy will also have a surprising encounter with Phyllis Summers, who is currently holding a new career opportunity. Can Sharon escape Cameron's control, or will her crazy actions hurt everyone around her? Where will Kyle and Claire's relationship go, and how will Audra get her revenge? Subscribe to Yonder for the latest updates. The Young and the Restless has always been famous for its dramatic, intrigue-filled storylines and fierce confrontations between powerful families. Over the years, Jack Abbott and Victor Newman have faced each other many times, creating tense and unforgettable moments for the audience. However, a new twist is gradually taking shape in Jack's plot as he faces clarity after the crisis with Marco Onicelli, the terrifying doppelganger created by Victor. With this change, Jack is no longer interested in taking revenge on Victor as before, making things more complicated. Looking back at Marco Onicelli's plot, no one can forget the mental and physical damage it has caused to Jack and those around him, especially Phyllis Summers. Marco, with his identical appearance to Jack, has turned Phyllis's life upside down, causing her to be deceived and suffer for a long time. However, when the truth is revealed, Jack decides to stop defending Phyllis' honor, leaving Victor's plot exposed and destroyed. This marks a major change in the way Jack deals with conflicts. He no longer wants to engage in pointless fights with Victor, partly because he realizes that these fights only hurt everyone. Stopping and letting things go is perhaps Jack's way of showing his maturity, and it is also a subtle message to the audience that Peter Bergman's character is gradually moving in a new direction. While Jack is looking for peace, Victor Newman continues his plans. For Victor, everything is always a game of strategy, and whenever there is an opportunity to gain an advantage, he will not hesitate to take advantage. Recently, the relationship between Victor and Jack has cooled down, not as tense as before, but that does not mean everything is over. A major new storyline begins when Victor suspects Jack may have had something to do with Nikki Newman's death after she chose to use illegal substances. While Victor is right to be concerned about Nikki's behavior, implicating Jack in her death is an overreaction. This leaves the audience wondering whether Victor really wants to rekindle the war with Jack, and if so, what his true intentions are. While Victor deals with his suspicions about Jack, another war is brewing between Audra and Kyle. Audra, a smart and ruthless woman, proves to be a formidable opponent as she becomes a key part of Victor's strategy. However, Audra is more than just a side character. She has her own agenda and is not afraid to use anyone to achieve her goals. Audra believes that she is smarter than Kyle and can manipulate him to her will. To her, Kyle's wealthy and carefree lifestyle is a weakness that she can exploit. But she may underestimate Kyle, who is deep in complex emotions. Victor realizes this and decides to use Kyle as a pawn in his game. Kyle, although often emotionally immature, has a strong attachment to his family and work. However, his internal struggle with his parents has created vulnerabilities that Victor happily exploits. Victor hopes to use this relationship to attack and destroy Jabot, the Abbott family company, in a bold plan. Another factor that is distracting Kyle is the custody issue of his son Harrison. This issue seems to be quieting down, but everyone knows that with just a small push, it can flare up again at any time. However, even without the custody issue coming up, Kyle is facing another crisis in his personal life. Kyle and Claire Newman's growing relationship is becoming the focus of attention. Although they are just starting to build a relationship, there is no denying that there is a strong attraction between them. This is a distraction for Kyle, especially as he tries to sort out the complexities of his relationship with his parents. Claire is a positive distraction, helping Kyle find a balance between the pressures of family and work, but this also means creating more potential conflicts. Victor Newman has long had a complicated relationship with Kyle. He acted as a surrogate father figure to him during his difficult years, and this makes their relationship all the more special. However, Victor never fully trusts anyone, and even with Kyle, he sees an opportunity to exploit. Update the latest news on our channel.